Blue Chair series. If you're new here, as usual, welcome on board, and to my existing subscribers, I love you guys. Today I'm excited again because I am here with an amazing person, a badass photographer. I mean, a guru in his field, celebrity photographer. Yes, we don't talk to anybody, we talk to bosses here, you know. Anyways, please welcome Amin Inbacha of Amin's Imagery. Welcome. Thank you for being on the show. Before we go further, we'd like to know you. So please give us a brief bio about yourself.
Okay, yeah, my name is Amin Mbacha. Amin is my full name. And I'm a photographer, a photo artist. I do a lot of events and lifestyle photography, but I major on portraits. Alright, so yes, and I run the Amin's brand right now. So, what else? I'm married with two lovely kids. And my wife is, her name is Heaven. I didn't see anything higher. I didn't call her name.
We go love.
Yeah.
Okay, so I always like to get to a brief background about my guests, their childhood and everything. So would you say your childhood or how you were brought up, how did it affect your life? How did it make an impact in your life while growing up, even in your 20s and even after your 30s?
Yes, my childhood actually did affect. In fact, it made me, you know, when you see something that's wrong, you know what you don't want. Yeah, so I had a pretty rough childhood. Growing up, I grew up on, but amongst those that are counted as streets. Yeah, sometimes it's hard for people to actually accept that some of us were really out there on the streets. As in, we grew up where when you wake up from your house, you're outside.
Wow.
You know, those kind of.
Wow.
There's no space to stay inside the house.
Streets. We're the streets.
So you're already when the real street people. Not like you're staying in 2-bedroom in Emotion. No, it's one room.
Wow.
Every other thing is outside. Bedroom is outside. Kitchen is outside.
Oh, wow.
In fact, sometimes you have to bring your chair outside so that I can sit inside. Yeah. So my childhood was yes, it did affect my person. Every time I look back to it, I know where I don't want to go back to. I know where I don't want. It helped shaping where I was looking for what to go into. So yes, so you take the bad and turn to the good.
So did the way you were raised, did it help you out in any way? Did it affect your decisions, your decision making, how you lived your life throughout the 20s and even after 30?
Well, there's a saying that a community trains a child. Yeah. So, and it was majorly a Yoruba community where respect was on the high.
They don't joke with that.
They don't. No matter if you like do every other thing, but you need to have a lot of respect. And I think that if there's anything that most of my friends know me for is that and it has helped my relationships generally. So yes, my childhood helped. It trained my mind. It trained my persona to be respectful. You know, so it affected every other thing that I've grown to become. You know, so.
Oh, that's amazing. Respect is actually one thing that is lacking in our generation now a bit, I must say. Okay, so I would like to ask, what was your biggest shocker when you were turning 30? What was the thing that shocked you the most?
Do you know, I think when you ask questions like that, is you see a lot of things that probably inspire you to when you're growing up. For us, we were living for the next day. Not I did not really I wasn't looking forward to
anything
much. I was glad that I was waking up the next day and I had something to eat. So when I turned 30, I was already born again. So there was a lot that changed my thought pattern. So when I became born again, I now had what to look forward to. I started hearing different things. At first person I really remember listening to was Pastor Sam, and he changed my whole mindset about it. So where I was coming from didn't really have to affect where I'm going to, So he, I wasn't shocked per se, but I was glad
that you were there.
Yes.
So did you have any? There was no form of pressure or saying I put myself in this target or looking at other people your age.
Oh yes, there was.
Saying, was there pressure and how did you handle that?
There was a lot of pressure at first because you didn't want to be the loser amongst your friends, even if some of them were not doing the right thing, but they had results. And so I grew up where people's results the results they have was louder than character. People didn't really send how you get there.
Just the means.
When you get the means, they respect you. After a while, so it was pressure because your English and character wasn't helping. People want to see, they want to see stuff. But you know what? Like I said, when I started listening to people like Pastor K and Pastor, I don't know, is it allowed to talk about church?
Oh, of course.
Okay, so Pastor K and Pastor Sam just really helped change my mindset, and then from there it was cruise because there were things that I used to worry about. Let me paint it this way. I didn't think I was going to be a photographer.
Oh, okay.
I was born by a photographer who was broke.
Oh, I
So my dad didn't have money. But he had kids, so amazing. We're all lovely children. My siblings, because they might watch this here. So yes, all my brothers and sisters are amazing people too. So I didn't say that I have most of my friends are amazing. God has blessed me with amazing people. I can't count. And that's really, really helped. By the time I got money, I started meeting people that were like minds. And then at that point, it wasn't money that was the thing that was pushing you. You just knew that life is journey, we're in a phase, and there was a process we're going through to get to where eventually we'll evolve and come to. So I've never really been a person that worries about things.
Oh, that's nice.
Terrible. At some point it was even bad.
But some of us need it.
At some point it was really bad that I didn't know how to worry. Yes, because they thought I was too laid back. This one is too laid back. But it was who I was listening to. They said, don't worry, be anxious for nothing. So you not think that, don't worry, these things, we shall know that it will be fine. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't do anything. So like I said, I didn't want to be a photographer. I was trained by one. He took care of me. But I knew I wanted to be big. And then I listened to a lot of other people on the show. And when I heard that their parents had trained them to school, I was like, wow.
I didn't have that.
I didn't have that. I didn't have that. I didn't. So I learned early that really nobody owes you anything. Really, it's enough that they have given birth to you. If they can do as much as put food on your table and help you to come to realization of yourself, you have done well. And so most times we sit back and we're looking at, we're holding on to, there's something this guy said, feeling entitled. And that has kept a lot of people on down. It has kept a lot of people on the ground, feeling entitled, feeling like somebody owes you stuff. I was at that point, at a point in my life, I learned how to take pictures, but I was wondering why I can't make it. School wasn't working. I could barely go to school. I could barely pay my fees, and I was looking for work everywhere. I wanted to do anything. I wanted to do anything absolutely until I realized that no,
you can't do anything.
you can't. You have to start somewhere and be consistent. There's this power of focus that Pastor Sam talked about that changed everything for me. So a lot of young people now want to blow. So they are doing everything. DJ is working. Let's start.
Yes.
Photography is minting now. Let's get into
everywhere.
it. YouTube. Let's get. So they are getting into a little bit of everything with no actual focus or
purpose to it.
Yeah, they're not giving it enough time to let the process yield. You know. So if there's anything that I've actually done consistently for a while, people see me and they say celebrity photographer. I'm not still blown away. I know that yes, I have a couple of yes, I've gotten somewhere, but it has been over time.
Yeah, the process.
Yes, it's that mindset of that things will be fine, but you have to keep at it. Yeah, it helped me. You know, so I didn't really get that shocker because I was waiting for that time where I would evolve.
Yeah. So with what you said now, coming from the street and how your background was, there are a lot of young people now who are actually there, who are going through that phase and who are trying. With what you've gone through, like you said, what advice can you give them now? People. And people are turning 30, even the ones that are even after 30, but are going through that phase or that life, or they have your similar experience or journey. What would you tell them now looking back?
Wait. If you haven't, can I speak pidgin? Let's say I went far or wake up, let me be morning. Some people have not woken up. If you are looking online and you are saying this life no balance, life no balance. When God when?
Yes, God.
You're asking God when, but you are not doing anything, and you will ask that question for a longer time. There's no advice for you, rather than for you to start somewhere. If you have started, trust me, you're on the path to breaking forth, but you have to keep at it. You have to. And I've learned that even if you are selling akara, you have to do it to the point where your mind opens enough for you to want to make it global. There's this popular pap lady that is global, right?
Yes,
sporting
pap
akamo.
Papo.
You know, so you can imagine something like that's small. So trust me, it doesn't. Don't sit down and look at what other people's success and use it to measure your own life. I feel like you have failed. You failed because you say so. And don't measure your success with other people. Don't feel like you're doing well because the people around you are not doing as good. So you look at other people and say, thank God I'm doing better than this. There are people who don't have as much money than you, as you, but they are in their minds they're a lot more successful. They are achieving because they can see progress. They are going through that phase. So if you're right now, if you haven't, let me even talk to the young photographers. If you haven't gotten to that spot where you start to actualize or gain the kind of clients that you think you deserve, trust me, you are on the path. If you just keep doing a little bit of what you do every day. If you're a photographer, you have an equipment. If you don't even have an equipment, hook up to somebody who is willing to learn something. If it's online, don't sit down any day and not learn one, as in something that pertains to that field or career that you're pursuing. It is in that process of learning something new and upgrading your skills that the opportunities, you're preparing yourself for the opportunity that will unfold, right?
Yeah.
So yes, so prepare for the opportunity that is yet to come. Don't let the opportunity hit you and you're not ready.
True.
Yes, so for the young people, yes, I don't mind saying the young people because
the young people now.
So
if you see people be 40, it's young people, it's okay.
Even if you are 40, if you have not woken up, your money never reach. You can wake up now. There's a saying, there's a question that is usually asked, when is the best time to plant a tree? A lot of people will say they don't know. Some will say, oh, 20 years ago. The answer was 20 years ago. If you want to see a tree in its full manifestation, you need to have planted it 20 years ago. Okay, yes, you didn't plant the tree 20 years ago, and then they asked, so when is the next best time?
No.
Right now. So if you haven't started, you've been playing on Instagram, you've been judging your success based on what others have achieved, and you just come to realize that I'm not going to blow. I'm going to be praying and say, God, when is my own turn? Maybe Baba God will do it for me today. Yeah? Stop procrastinating. Stop wishful thinking. Now is the next best time to plant your own tree. Yes, if you plant maize, you will harvest in a couple of months. But if you're looking for something more sustainable, like planting a tree, like an apple tree that yields yearly or probably quarterly, something that is more sustainable, you need to stay hungry. Yeah, plant the tree and wait for it. You need to water it. That skill in your hand, put to it, water it, right? So that's
okay. Wow. So with this now, how has life been after 30? Can you briefly tell us how life has been for you after 30? In terms of finances, family, whatever it is.
Unto him much is given. Much is expected. I have, for me, I have experienced God's faithfulness. Yeah, so the things are, the bigger the challenge, the bigger the miracle for me. So yes, I realized that life after 30, as the older I get, with the new set of responsibilities that I now have, it makes me think wider. I think about even putting my hands into other business. So I already know how to do this. Okay, I'm not really a business person. I'm an artist. So I'm learning. When I turned 30, when I hit 30 and above, and I realized that it's not enough to be a good to be an artist. Learning the business of photography was something completely different. It was even harder than the skill itself. You understand? So I realized that there's always a need to learn something new. There's always been a need to learn something new. Even if it's in the same field that you're in, you have not reached the peak of that. Yeah, say he's a good photographer. It's not enough. Yeah, so for me, it is. I wake up and I'm thinking of what don't I yet know about this business. Yeah, so that has helped. That has helped better the business. That has helped me plan better for the responsibilities I have. My kids and wife.
Okay, so before we go, I need to touch this. You're married and you have kids, so let's just touch a bit of relationship for the guys out there. It's always hard. Like for the guys, it's harder. Meeting the girl, marrying, sustaining marriage. They say that money cannot marry. Stuff like that. Just give us. It's just small. Like, what can you say about that for the young guys who are coming up, thinking of getting a family, married, and all that? What would you say about that?
I want to recommend one of Pastor K's messages. I'm sorry.
Nobody's thinking.
If you are not following Pastor K, you are
wrong. I'm sorry. You are
single. You are single.
PK is the short form of Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo. Please check him out. He's on Instagram.
Yes. So let me. When you say it is hard for them, I don't understand. What?
Because there's pressure now. Like, make money. You cannot marry a woman without money. You cannot be doing well.
Okay.
At least to a certain level.
That's the reason why they need a certain. They need to come and learn. You need to follow no road.
No road.
Yes, that I came from a church background where I thought that you have to blow first before you start to think of marriage. God helped me and pulled me, and my paths crossed with Pastor K. So he changed all of that thing for me, and some of my mates are still single.
But what do you think is the problem?
Yes, it's like I said, it's a misconception. It's a
mindset.
it's a messed up thing. Do you know that? Okay, it's illiteracy, and trust me, you don't have to be in the university to be literate. So there are a lot of people in churches who have masters, but are illiterate in the other aspects of life. They don't have any form of information as regards relationship or how to build for the future as regards relationship generally. So one of the things that people need to learn is learn about relationships. You don't need money. I didn't have money when I got married. Yeah, I'm not where I used to be, and my kids are not hungry. Trust me, you cry. But you have to learn. That's a new page. You need to open another YouTube page to talk about relationship really for these people. But see, start where you once you have work, you have your own house, you have a means of income
and where to stay.
You can actually talk to a girl. Start there. But you have to have work. Don't take it down to your father's house.
True though. So you clocking 30 and even 40 now. Did your circle reduce? Did you have your friendship level and circle? Did it ever reduce?
My closest friends are still the friends I have like from 20 years ago.
Wow. How do you maintain that?
Oh, I think I'm a sucker for a relationship. I call my friends. It's a bad habit I've learned over time. So I have a call log and occasionally just call my friends to check in on them. I met a friend about 10 years ago that came from Ghana. Hello. And one of the things that she told me then was she's terrible at, because she was going to go back. And she said she was really terrible at keeping friends. I said, don't worry. I met somebody who is good at it.
Keeping friends.
Yeah, so and I believe that part of the success level that I've gotten to has been from the relationships that I've had.
So it's quantity over quality, or
no. Yes, quality. You have to be the kind of person that you want others to.
That's
if you want good friends, be good. You attract who you are, seriously. So I say I have amazing friends. They say the same thing too. I always talk about my friends it's not like we don't have faults or they don't do some things. We correct ourselves when we have to. But I think I always often pick out the good sides. And that has actually helped keep the relationship longer. Yeah. So there's room for new people to come in, but now, people that are your friends now because of what they want to get today won't stay. Yeah. These ones that are there, that have been there, they don't care.
Wow, this was amazing. I like the fact that your circle has to be a circle of quality. You have to push, wait, trust God, and learn from people above you. Follow who know road. Guys, this episode was amazing. If you like this, please give us a thumbs up as usual, and of course like, share. Somebody might just need this episode, like I always say. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much, Ami, for coming on the show. Thank you so much. So guys, we'll see you on the next episode. Bye.